I can hardly believe it, but it is almost March, which means it is time to get organized for the month ahead. Hey there friends, it's Carly. Welcome back to my channel, or hello if you're new here, and welcome to today's video where we are resetting and getting organized for March. So if you are keen for some cleaning, planning, reading and organization motivation, grab yourself a cuppa and let's get into the video. I just made myself a little hazelnut flat white for this afternoon decaf, and I want to start off by reflecting on my goals, progress, and setting up some specific March goals. So at the start of the year, I set 5 goals that I want to achieve during the course of the year. And for my February reset routine, I did tell you guys that I felt like I hadn't made much progress in achieving those for January. But I feel like February has been a much better month for me. From a mental health perspective, I feel like I've made a lot of progress, and that's probably due to a number of factors. Number one, I'm on medication now. Like, how much difference that's made, I'm not sure, but in any case, I'll do anything that's going to help me to be the best person and best parent that I can be. So there's that. I've also been getting out a lot more, so going to see family, friends, going for walks, going to the beach, and I think getting out and about, out of the house, getting fresh air, seeing new people, new places has really helped my mental health as well. And then also just Hunter, as he's growing, he's starting to get into a little bit more of a routine, and I'm starting to better pick up on his cues, particularly in terms of his tired cues. So that has really helped me to be able to see when he's starting to get tired and capitalize on some more day sleeps, because for us that was a really big problem for a number of weeks and led to a very overtired and unhappy baby and unhappy mum as a result. But because of that, it's helped me be able to achieve my goals more. So have a weekly planned family activity, definitely been able to do that. It hasn't been strategic on like every Sunday we're going to do something, but at least every couple of days or once a week we are doing an activity. It's usually sort of getting together like a little picnic or like picky lunch and heading down to the inlet, whether we're going for a swim or we're just sitting there and appreciating the view. Either way, it's nice. We've done a few like lunch dates or like brunch dates as well, so that's been fun. And kind of linking in with all of these things, create consistent daily and weekly routines that prioritize family, coziness and slow living. I feel like because my mental health has improved, because our routines with Hunter have improved, I've definitely been able to do all of that, so that's fantastic. Exercising for at least 10 minutes a day, 3 to 4 times per week. I feel like I have been really successful at that, and I was going well with that in January, so we've continued on for 2nd month. Build vegetable patch is still just like not happening at the moment, but Dave is making a lot of progress out in the yard, and over the next month there should be some big things starting to happen. Maybe we'll be putting down some gravel, some grass, perhaps starting on retaining walls, so lots of things coming there. One that hasn't been going so well during February is be earning an income for myself by working in the online space. Obviously, I really want to capitalize on my YouTube channel and make this a place where I can generate some sort of small income to contribute to our family while I'm on maternity leave. And during November, December and January, I feel like I was pretty on top of my game in terms of putting out my 2 videos a week, putting out shorts as well, and creating videos that were interesting or popular or like gained significant in my category amount of views. But really that's like taken a dive in February, obviously, as I've been prioritizing my mental health and trying to get this schedule under wraps. I did drop back to 1 video per week, and obviously as a result of putting out less content, it has generated less of an income. Not that I like earn any sort of significant income from YouTube, but it's definitely one of my major goals and something that I really do want to focus on, and seeing it as a business and as, I guess, a way that I can contribute something meaningful and hopefully like helpful and inspiring to people. So if you watched my getting out of a rut video, I actually suggested it might be a cool idea to set like monthly challenges and monthly goals that we could even potentially do as a bit of a challenge together as a community. So feel free to join me on this or just come along the journey with me. But step number 1, if you want to participate, is select a theme for the month. So for me, my theme for March is mental health. For you, it might be physical health, it might be healthy eating, it might be home and decluttering, it might be saving. Whatever your theme is, let's set the theme for the month. Step number 2, based on that theme, let's set 3 to 5, no more than 5, small, tangible and achievable goals that we can kind of fit within that theme. And they might be things that you are doing on a daily basis, or it might be like every couple of days, or you know, once a week sort of thing around your theme. So for me, in terms of mental health, my first goal is daily education or self-improvement. So that could be listening to a podcast, watching a video, or reading a book that has to do with some sort of self-education or self-improvement. It could be around mental health, it could be around physical health, relationships, whatever it is, but just something that's going to help me level up in some way. So that's going to be my goal number 1, daily self-education or self-improvement. And then my goal number 2 is limit myself to 1 caffeinated beverage a day. Now I did just put some decaf coffee beans into my machine because we're at like 2 o'clock at this point, and I've had 3 caffeinated beverages today. No, wait. Did I end up having a second one this morning? No, I didn't. I boiled the jug, but I didn't make it. So I've had 2 caffeinated beverages, and now I've had a decaf. But I really want to limit it to 1 because I am already a highly anxious, highly strung person. I do not need caffeine to raise my cortisol levels anymore, and we're focusing on mental health here. So we're taking the caffeine down a notch. And then my third goal is to sweat or stretch daily. Obviously this kind of links in with my 3 to 4 workouts a day, but even if 3 to 4 workouts a week, sorry. Even if I can just get in some sort of stretching or some sort of yoga, I feel like just to increase those endorphins, those feel-good hormones, and help me relax a little bit, that would be fantastic. So they're my 3 goals with my mental health focus for March. I would love it if you guys are going to participate in this monthly goal slash habit challenge, that you let me know in the comments down below. What is your theme, or what are your goals or intentions for this month? And then kind of step number 3, if you're really wanting to sort of get organized around those goals, is to create a habit tracker or to download a habit tracker app. So if you have like a hard copy habit tracker that you can kind of tick off each day whether you're doing it or not, I just went on to the App Store and I just typed in habit tracker. because I was influenced by Tam Kerr. She did recommend a specific one called Habit that I was looking for. It's free, that she uses, but for some reason I wasn't able to find it on the Play Store. Maybe it's only for Apple, not for Android, I'm not sure. But I downloaded another one that's also free. It's called Habit Now, and then it just has like the day and then all of the habits that I've listed, and then you can tick off when you've done them. I would definitely recommend getting on the App Store and finding a habit tracker that is free, that kind of works for you, and you might like to pop in your March habits / goals in there to keep you organized and accountable.
I'm thinking you were made for me. Isn't it my birthday yet? Cause I gotta say, you're looking like a gift for me. Wrapped up nice and neat, baby. Get in my way now, don't be shy. We'll be here dancing day and night. Get in my groove.
For the cleaning portion of today's video, I'm focusing on resetting the house by refreshing all of the rooms. So putting on new bed linen, adding fresh towels to the bathroom, cleaning up the kitchen by wiping down the benches and making sure all of the dirty dishes are in the dishwasher and the clean dishes are away. And then I'll also head into Hunter's room and refresh his space by stacking his change table with a whole heap of new nappies. I did have this bouquet of native flowers that I'd had for about a week or two, but they were starting to look a little bit worse for wear. So I did pull out some of the ones that were quite dead and put those in the bin, and I'll add a new bin liner while I'm at it. But I am going to keep some of the other flowers just to have something nice in the kitchen. But I'm not going to bother putting any water in the vase. I'll just let them sort of dry out, and I'll be able to keep them still looking nice in that space for quite some time.
Sunday morning breakfast with my bedroom door locked. I like everything that has a cherry on top. Get on my list of the things I love, love, love. You could be the one I trust. All the second chances, they are nothing for us. I like it all with the cherry on top. Be one of the things I love, the things I love, the things I love, the things I love, 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 the things I love, the things I love. Be one of the things I love, the things I love, the things I love, the things I love, 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 the things I love, the things I love. Cause I got this list of my favorite things. You could be the part where it all begins. You could be the first and the second and the third and the rest of it. Get in my way now, don't be shy. We'll be here dancing day and night. Get in my groove now, don't be shy. You could be one of the things I love. Sunday morning breakfast with my bedroom door locked. I like everything that has a cherry on top. Get on my list of the things I love, love, love. You could be the one I trust. All the second chances, they are nothing for us. I like it all with the cherry on top. Be one of the things I love, the things I love, the things I love, 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 the things I love, the things I love. Be one of the things I love, the things I love, the things I love, the things I love, 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 the things I love, the things I love. Be one of the things I love.
You had me at a low, 'cause where you go is where I go. I don't need nobody else. I got you, and you got me too.
You can ride all the blue.
I wanna do what you want to. We can leave and run away. 'Someday, someday.
It's time to get into some organization, so feel free to grab your journal or planner and do this along with me. I'm going to start by putting a few things in my diary. I have some catch-ups with friends that I have booked in, so I am very excited about that. But other than that, no like solid plans for March yet. Like I don't have any appointments, but I would like to be able to get out and about a little bit more and establish a little bit more of a routine with Hunter. So definitely something that I'm looking forward to as we move into the autumn season in Australia. Another thing that I also want to do is go through my net bank and look at some of my expenditures for February. Now I have noticed by having just a quick peruse that I have been doing a little bit more of like eating out and getting takeaway, or just like popping into the shops or the general store just to pick something up. And I feel like I'm probably going to find that over time all of these little purchases have added up. So I'm going to just write down in my journal here some categories and start adding up my February purchases just to see if what I'm thinking is true and how we can kind of be a little bit more strategic with the budget for March. So I've just added up my February expenditures, and I didn't include things like money that I put on the loan or into savings or like petrol, but I did jot down any takeaway or times that we ate out, including like getting beverages such as coffees, groceries, and bills for the month. So our takeaway total, well, mine was $221.61. The groceries total was $568.31, and the most expensive one of that was $191.18, and that was a Woolies grocery trip. The 141 and 167 were both Aldi, and there was a random 67. I think that was a Woolies, where I just needed to go pick up a few things, including nappies, so still pretty expensive, but the nappies were on sale. And then I paid $356.26 in bills, and that included electricity, internet, phone, my Teachers Federation, like union membership, and also my NESA accreditation. So there was a few bills coming out that month as well. So what I kind of have noticed, obviously I can't really control bills, they're gonna come out every month. I need to buy groceries. One thing that I can do is try and make sure that I'm going to Aldi as opposed to Woolies. It's just a bit tricky because Aldi doesn't open until 8:30, whereas Woolies opens at 7. So on mornings where I'm trying to get the groceries done in like situation with Hunter's schedule, sometimes Woolies is a little bit more convenient in terms of time wise, but not necessarily in terms of cost. So I've started doing the groceries on a Sunday as opposed to a weekday, because then Dave is at home to look after Hunter and can give him a bottle of either pumped milk or formula if I'm not here when he decides that he needs a feed. So I think that will help that situation. But I really do need to get down my takeaway slash beverages slash eating out kind of overall cost. So what I think that I'm going to do is I'm going to set myself kind of a weekly allowance where I'm going to allocate a certain amount of money each week for petrol, groceries, and then spending money for myself. So I'm only going to allocate myself $50 a week as spending money, which really isn't like a lot of money, but in saying that, I don't need that much. Like there's probably not that many days out of the week where I will be leaving the house, and I certainly can be doing free things such as meeting up with a friend and going for a walk. But I like to have just that little bit of spending money tucked away so that if I do want to meet up with a friend for a coffee or go out for lunch or do like a little family day trip or something, I have a bit of spending money. And if I don't use up all of my weekly grocery money or petrol money, then I could sort of tuck that into the spending fund as well. So that's kind of my plan moving forward. And then to make it obvious that that's like the allocation for the fortnight, because I get paid fortnightly, I'm going to move anything that's not that money either into savings or onto the loan, so that I know that what is left in that account is my allocation for the week, and anything left over at the end of the week I can either treat myself or add it to my savings. We're going to finish up with the book segment of this video. So in February, I read 2 books. One of them I'm still going with, but I do have a couple of days left of the month when I'm filming this, so I will be able to smash it out, no worries. The first one I read was Nothing More to Tell by Karen N. McManus. She's the author of One of Us Is Lying, and it was very similar in terms of style and voice to the other books of hers that I've read. I think this is maybe the 4th one of hers that I've read so far. I did like it. The characters were interesting, the storyline was interesting. It kind of kept me hooked until the very end, where things were kind of wrapped up and revealed. I must say, I'm the type of person that likes to theorize throughout whenever I get a suspense or thriller book of who did it, and I must say I did have suspects throughout. My lead suspect, however, was proved incorrect, so definitely tells you that it sort of kept me on the edge of my seat throughout. In saying that, it's very much geared towards your young adults, so it's quite a lighter read. It's not as dark as some of my other thriller / murder mystery type books. I did like it nevertheless, but I think that I would probably have to rate it as maybe a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I could push it to a 4 if I really wanted to, but if I'm being honest, it could be a 3.5. I did read it quite quickly, however, because I'm thinking I might push it to a 4, because I'm probably going to rate It's Not Summer Without You as a 3.5. I do like the Summer I Turned Pretty TV show, and I did like the first book, but it is like very wholesome, very lighthearted, very young adult geared. So obviously I'm not the demographic, hence why I've rated it as a 3.5 instead of anything higher. It's nice, it's a sweet read. I'm not quite done with it yet, but I will be able to, no worries, just sort of finish that out. I'm sort of just like chipping my way through it. That's why I'm not quite finished with it, and that's why I'm rating it as a 3.5, because, you know, it's a nice like love story, and, you know, summertime, family, friendship, all of those good vibes, but nothing like too compelling or too interesting to propel me to like want to sit down and like really smash out a good chunk of it. So they're my Feb books. And then for March, in line with my theme of the month, which is mental health, I actually did get on Amazon and I bought a new book. I know that I did say I was going to like be mindful of my Amazon purchases as in line with my 2024 budget. I have not come to the end of my Amazon Prime membership yet, so once that's finished, I will just leave it, not renew it, but I wanted to capitalize on still having it and get my free shipping, so I bought this one, Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. Master your mind and defy the odds. Obviously, in going through like a tough time mentally, I really am committed to improving my mental health and like pursuing like self-development, and just thinking of like any way that I can add like different supports in my life, or take advantage of any resources to help me become stronger mentally, so I can be more present as a person and as a mum, I guess, as well. So on the back there it says, for David Goggins, childhood was a nightmare. Poverty, prejudice and physical abuse coloured his days and haunted his nights. But through self-discipline, mental toughness and hard work, Goggins transformed himself from a depressed, overweight young man with no future into a US Armed Forces icon and one of the world's top endurance athletes. The only man in history to complete elite training as a Navy SEAL, Army Ranger and Air Force Tactical Air Controller. He went on to set records in numerous endurance events, inspiring Outside Magazine to name him the fittest real man in America. In Can't Hurt Me, he shares his astonishing life story and reveals that most of us tap into only 40% of our capabilities. Goggins calls this the 40% rule, and his story illuminates a path that anyone can follow to push past pain, demolish fear and reach their full potential. So I'm definitely looking forward to getting into this and seeing sort of what insights he has to offer, and even just hearing about his life story as well. And then considering that that's kind of like really going to be a heavy read and whatnot, I decided to go for something quite a lot more like light-hearted as my second book. And where I can, I really want to have that kind of balance in my two book choices. And if I can, to have one that is fiction and one that is non-fiction. So that's my non-fiction, and my fiction for the month is Book Lovers by Emily Henry. It says, Nora is a cutthroat literary agent at the top of her game. Her whole life is books. Charlie is an editor with a gift for creating bestsellers and is Nora's work nemesis. Nora has been through enough breakups to know she's the one men date before finding their happily ever after. To prevent another dating dud, Nora's sister persuades her to swap her city desk for a month's holiday in Sunshine Falls. It's a small town straight out of a romance novel, but instead of meeting sexy lumberjacks, handsome doctors or cute bartenders, Nora keeps bumping into Charlie. She's no heroine, he's no hero, so can they take a page out of an entirely different book? So just something really light-hearted romance. I've read another one of Emily Henry's books and I quite liked it, so hopefully that one is a good one as well. But that is going to be a wrap on my March reset routine. I feel like I've kind of got a vision for the month, my house is tidy, I've got a budget happening, I've got goals happening, I've got my books planned out. Hopefully you have used this time to sort of get organized and set up your goals, your habits, and selected your TBR for the month ahead as well. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe down below. I put out new videos every single week. With that being said, I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your week and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.